Today, you know, right, the Bodhisattva vows. And I am very happy for you because you're going to take the Bodhisattva vow, which means you become a Bodhisattva family, Mahayana practitioner family, and which means you're going to practice bodhicitta, and very good for you. 4 sessions, morning 2 sessions are about, I'm going to talk about bodhicitta, aspiration and action, bodhicitta, how to practice, how to meditate. 2 sessions, you know, talk about bodhicitta and how to practice, what is a bodhicitta, all of that. And then afternoon 2 sessions. The first session I'm going to teach about vows, bodhisattva vows, what kind of we need cause and conditions, what kind of people who can take the vow, and then you can think about it. And then last session give you the vow. That's all today. Just to let you know, very the topic, you know. So bodhicitta is the essence of Mahayana practice and the essence of Buddha's teaching. So practice or study bodhicitta is to study actually ourselves, our life, understand our life. For example, bodhicitta motivation gives our life its sort of great possible meaning and makes every single action of our daily life as beneficial as it possibly be. So we should remember bodhicitta from morning to night. Very, very important. Every single, my teaching, when you come here, all of you understand that I mentioned you, I talk about bodhicitta. So it's very, very important. Because teachers say that you keep bodhicitta as your most sort of precious possession and remember it constantly and practice it frequently. So, you know, that's why I think our main practice should be meditation on bodhicitta. The attitude of the bodhisattva is not to look for enlightenment, for freedom for oneself alone, but to seek freedom and enlightenment for all beings, all living beings. So this enlightened attitude comes from the understanding that all beings have the same goal, freedom and happiness. That's why to study bodhicitta is to study about all living beings. Think about all living beings. in an ordinary sense, we usually share sort of same view, right? We enjoy doing things together and enjoy, go somewhere, vacation, enjoy. Same thing, our, spiritual path. We should all come together and then, practice bodhicitta, walk on the path with, this sort of enlightened attitude. Like, for example, I want all beings to attain enlightenment. That is our goal, our motivation. This wish is we called bodhicitta, or you can understand the combination of love and compassion is we called bodhicitta. Love and compassion, both we called bodhicitta. So bodhi means enlightened or awakened. Citta is mind or heart, So citta, bodhicitta, citta refers not just to thoughts, mind, and our emotions, but also the thought of love and compassion, very vast and profound. So as we open to the experience of mind, citta, we come to an understanding of who we are, with sort of an ability to care for others and ourselves. That's why this is heart of enlightenment, or mind sort of awakened. So bodhicitta is enlightened attitude or awakened heart, you can say, bodhicitta. So you should really keep in your mind the definition, bodhicitta. And bodhicitta, actually, you can understand love and compassion. But our ordinary love and compassion sort of exist with a motivation called mind. Usually, we have sort of love and compassion for whatever is within this motivation of mind. We have love and compassion for our friends. We have love and compassion for our family. So when we say, my friend, my family, that's nothing wrong, but it's not the best. It's not genuine sort of, motivation or bodhicitta. Because, for example, we practice, like say, patience or generosity, discipline, and all these other virtues towards whatever is within this motivation of sort of mind. This motivation is sort of based on selfish, my practice, my friend, my. That's kind of, this motivation is not so pure, because based on selfish or self-centered. However, beyond this motivation, our love and compassion is very genuine, That is bodhicitta. So I think sometimes we really need, investigate with our mind. Sort of what do I mean when I say that I have a compassion for, beings? We can say that, easily, but when we investigate, our compassion, for example, when we cry, when we tears over the death of, let's say, like your dog, and then we must sort of question and, investigate whether those tears are for the dog who died or for ourselves, Are we crying because we miss our companionship of our pets or not, If so, then this is based on our self-centered, right? Because, not tears of the genuine love and compassion. By analyzing our minds and sort of questioning ourselves, then we can see how much genuine compassion and love and kindness we actually have developed. So, Buddha taught, the first he discovered bodhicitta, and very profound teaching. That's why he suggests for everybody to practice bodhicitta. And he taught bodhicitta through the example of a sort of flower. He said, if we want to have a beautiful flower, we must first have the seed, right? Seed. At the beginning of our path, bodhicitta is like a seed, flower, seed. And the seed of what? Seed of enlightenment, seed of liberation, seed of, genuine compassion, love, we have that. And in the middle of our path, after we have planted the seed, bodhicitta is like water that makes our seed of enlightenment will grow, and finally, once the plant is growing, we need the, other conditions, warmth and heat of bodhicitta, in order to sort of ripen the fruit of our enlightenment, So bodhicitta is very important. If you read, maybe you already know the Chandrakurta's, the Madhyamaka, the middle way. The first he talks about bodhicitta, about this using the Buddha's teaching, these three examples like a flower, and he described and about the bodhicitta is so important, because without bodhicitta, there is no bodhisattva path, It's clear. Without bodhisattva's path, there is no fruition of enlightenment. You understand what is the meaning of enlightenment, right? Freedom, the liberation. So therefore, without bodhicitta, there is no Mahayana path. This bodhicitta is the foundation of Mahayana path, and so without bodhicitta, even we practice hundreds of hours, we are not walking towards any sort of fruition of enlightenment. No matter how long you practice, that's good temporarily, but you're nothing. You're not on the right path. So for this reason, the Mahayana path emphasizes generating bodhicitta at the beginning of our journey until attain liberation. You can't say, I practice bodhicitta this much, so now I'm done. Never done. Whole life until attain liberation. So today, I'm going to teach you only bodhicitta, nothing else. So you should keep in your mind every single words of the teaching, and make sure that you should understand bodhicitta and the benefits of bodhicitta. Then you will see when you take the vow, you have to first understand about bodhicitta, about bodhisattva, right? Then you will see you want to take the vow or not, So that's why just to make sure that I know you understand very well bodhicitta, but need to understand, bodhicitta, what kind of bodhicitta, how to practice, what is the benefit, all of this. So that's in generally speaking, explain the bodhicitta, how it is important. And then, giving rise to bodhicitta has two levels of bodhicitta, right? These are absolute bodhicitta and relative bodhicitta, two. So we're not, absolute bodhicitta is the realization that the ultimate nature of all phenomena is emptiness. And it is nature of mind itself. That's we call absolute bodhicitta. It is the union of emptiness and compassion in this case. So that is absolute bodhicitta. Very beautifully. That's put that side here. And now explain more about relative bodhicitta, because we need that. Relative bodhicitta, or heart of enlightenment, is a type of desire, actually desire, the desire to bring all beings to the state of enlightenment. That is the characteristic of relative bodhicitta. Relative bodhicitta is simply this positive, desire or thought. I want all living beings to attain the state of enlightenment. So it is a positive thought, right, of love and sort of concern. So in order to become a Mahayanist, we must cultivate a genuine heart that cares for others. So relative bodhicitta, now and generally two different levels of bodhicitta, ultimate and relative. Now, a relative bodhicitta has two types, right, which are aspiration and application, or you can say intention or action bodhicitta. So now you need to know what is the difference between aspiration bodhicitta and application bodhicitta. Aspiration bodhicitta is like sort of having the desire, for example, to go on a vacation somewhere. I will do whatever it takes to get there, right, in our mind. This is in mind. It is about wishing good things for other beings, right? Positive thoughts, desire. It mostly a state of our mind and does not include sort of activities, right? So this is we call aspiration bodhicitta. So when we practice aspiration bodhicitta, it has 3 stages of training. Remember the What Are My Perfect Teacher? These are considering others as equal to ourselves. 1. This is how you practice relative bodhicitta. Another method, right? Because remember, no matter what, all living beings, we have one goal: freedom and happiness. No question. So considering others as equal ourselves, because we're same. And also exchanging, that's the second one. A little bit difficult than the first. Exchanging ourselves for others, right? And the last is difficult one. Taking others is more important than ourselves. Where you are. We have these 3 stages of training. You already study, meditate on relative bodhicitta, right? many times. So considering others as equal ourselves. You practice more that, or you exchanging yourself for others. Or you think that others more important than yourself. That's real bodhisattva. And also traditionally taught we can generate this aspiration in 3 different ways. For example, remember, king-like bodhisattva, and captain-like bodhisattva, shepherd-like bodhisattva, 3. So for example, first I will explain you the king-like bodhisattva. We can generate an enlightened attitude, this, like the attitude of a king. A king, good king, wants first to strengthen the wealth of his kingdom, right? Taking care of that. Then when the kingdom has sort of enough wealth, he share that wealth with all his, people, if a good king. In a similar way, when we adopt king-like bodhisattva, we say, I first want to attain enlightenment for myself, and then I share my wisdom, my compassion, and enlightened power with all living beings. Right? I'm going to benefit all living beings through the wisdom and compassion of my own enlightenment. So that is kind of, how we, most, ordinary people practice bodhicitta like that. First, I want become enlightened, liberate. Then I can share my capacity to others, which means I have a capacity to help, right? Help others. So this is aspiration bodhicitta, your motivation, your desire. I want become Buddha, and then I can help more, sort of limitlessly, right? So that's like king like bodhisattva. So, actually when we say I want to sort of achieve enlightenment for all beings, think about it. At this moment, this point, we're not actually doing anything, right? We are simply having a good thought, just intention, right? It's like saying, I will give some money, to poor people, right? Just in your mind. It's a good aspiration, but it does not actually benefit the person at that moment. You develop. This is very important, This intention is very important. Even though we're not yet acting, we're not doing anything for others, because we don't have maybe capacity to help others, right? But first we develop our mind, sort of, and think about others. Think about our life, I have this precious life, then what should I do for others? I come here in this world, this planet, for what? That's we think about it, just taking care of myself. That's very narrow motivation. Taking care of one person, nothing. Even though animals, they can take care of themselves. It's very easily. But we are here, the main reason, if you want a meaningful life, you really need to think about others and how to help, how to take care of others. That's why we're here. That's why human beings are very intelligent. We have this wisdom mind, so we have to use that meaningfully, So these first think about, I want achieve enlightenment because for living beings. Because these causes that allows us to attain the result, So it is like we are planning a sort of, vacation somewhere. We first need to have the intention to go on that vacation, right? So that's our attention, our goal. And that's generally about aspiration bodhicitta, It's good thoughts, good desire, Think about others. Even though nothing you do, action, there's no not. But in your mind, this is also very helpful because even though we don't have the capacity, but this motivation helps us. We don't need harm. We don't want harm others anymore if you have this intention, And then application bodhicitta is implementation of the plan, Here we really do something, and help others that we were thinking about helping in aspiration bodhicitta, So this is very different from aspiration. Do you understand? We are not just thinking about helping. We're really doing something for others. Doesn't matter a lot or little, but we're doing something. Really, we're doing something. But for beginners, first we have sort of to develop aspiration bodhicitta in our mind. Otherwise, we cannot practice application bodhicitta, which is practice 6 paramitas. I will teach you, later the 6 paramitas. Very important, right? So now think about, we have 2 bodhicittas. How do we practice these 2 types of bodhicitta? We practice aspiration bodhicitta by putting for a major board, like for a major board, there may all sentient beings have happiness, this love, compassion, these things for a major board. There are many different methods, but that we can use for develop our aspiration bodhicitta. So practicing, for example, for measurable qualities, we will cause sort of us to develop genuine aspiration bodhicitta, right? Think about for a measurable, we're doing nothing, right? When we practice love, practice compassion, practice joy, practice what? That's its aspiration. Aspiration. We are developing our love, develop our compassion, We're doing nothing, but this is how we develop our aspiration bodhicitta, how we practice aspiration bodhicitta. And we practice application bodhicitta by putting into action the 6 perfections, 6 paramitas, These are generosity, discipline, patience, diligence, meditate concentration, and wisdom. All the Buddha's teachings include the six perfections, 6 paramitas. The application bodhicitta is about 6 paramitas. Think about generosity. You are doing something, right? Not only you are thinking about sort of aspiration. You're doing something, generosity, you do something, right? So these 6 paramitas. The 6 paramitas are the practice of bodhisattvas who have connected with the basic heart of compassion and love, and who have developed sort of confidence in that heart, So if you really see and understand the benefit of bodhicitta, and when you listen to the teachings about bodhicitta, you are sort of, if you really understand, this is really important, this is really the essence, the foundation, all my practice. So this is very important. So I want to sort of practice that. You're ready to take the vow, and practice Mahayana. So that's why you really need to first understand the benefits of bodhicitta, how it is important, So that's in general, Do you have any questions? Aspiration, application, yeah?
Would you say the 6 parameters again, please?
Generosity, discipline, diligence, patience, generosity, diligence, patience, diligence,
Meditation.
no, discipline second. There is the other, ethics and discipline same. Okay? Let's say generosity, diligence, discipline, jamba tsatam, zopa, patience, zopa, zondi, diligence, zondi, something, meditate, concentration, and then wisdom. Got it?
You're all good. And number, I think I wound up with 7, but that's okay. I'll work with 7.
Jimba, tsatam, zopa, zondi, something, and sherap.
What's Sundi?
Zondi is diligence.
And
Sherap. Shirap. Wisdom.
Khenpo, you had the three types of bodhisattvas. There was a king-like bodhisattva. What were the other two?
Oh, other two are the captain-like bodhisattva and shepherd-like bodhisattva. Yeah.
Which is the best type of bodhisattva according to your tradition? Is it the highest form, the shepherd-like bodhisattva?
No, I think they are just the same.
The same?
Yeah, they are the same. Just how there's a different motivation. Well, there are, the king-like bodhisattva is actually good for us. The other two are, it's difficult, I mean, for instance, like shepherd-like bodhisattva. This bodhisattva thinks that, first I want all living beings become enlightened men, then me. That means, remember the 3 types of training? You think the community are more important than yourself, right? Because you're like, first I want all living beings happiness and, liberate, then myself. It's not possible, but it's good motivation.
It's not possible?
It's not possible all living beings become enlightened. Samsara is no beginning and no end. But this is how you develop your motivation. Sometimes people think, I can't do this. I don't have this capacity. That's why that's not correct. You can do it. You can. Because bodhisattvas can think about, all living beings, I want become enlightened, then myself.
And the captain, how does the captain
Together.
share?
Yeah, together cross the ocean. All living beings, myself, together become enlightenment. But I think king-like bodhisattva is good, First, I want become a bodhisattva, then I can help. Because if you become a bodhisattva, then automatically you will think about others. How can I help?
But all 3 of these types of bodhisattva are still on the relative level of bodhicitta.
Mm-hmm.
So because on the ultimate level there is...
Ultimate level is just bodhisattva, bodhicitta. Ultimate level, bodhicitta is the nature of all phenomena is emptiness. Realization of that, the union of emptiness and compassion. That is the ultimate bodhicitta. It's beyond the relative bodhicitta, right? So that's that. And
Is the common a way of practicing putting others
Tonglen types of, Tonglen practice, which we will practice Tonglen this later, but Tonglen is actually practice for aspiration bodhicitta. You think, you think, desire, right? You visualize somebody you know that who are very suffering, and then you take in that suffering and give your happiness. So you are developing your aspiration. It's not really action. This is not practice. You're not practice application bodhicitta when you practice Tonglen, but you develop your mind, and thinking about others. You have to develop that, rather than think about yourself all the time, Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I'm a little bit confused by, can you be a bodhisattva and not be enlightened?
Yes, there are 10 levels of bodhisattvas. Not yet Buddha, not yet become a, totally sort of enlightened, but you are, not ordinary person. So this is big things. I mean, if you read the Madhyamaka, Chantakar's commentary or root this teaching, it describes explains very well about the 10 stages of bodhisattva's path. Each stages, like first stage, second, here there are different qualities and different views. Everything is different. First stage bodhisattva is kind of a beginner, and then second is better, like better and better, because the 10th bodhisattva is almost Buddha.
Is there any point in reflecting on where you're at in these levels, or is it better just to forget about these levels altogether and just simply cultivate as much bodhicitta as you can?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any point to reflecting on where you're at,
You will. I mean, you don't have to think that. You know what kind of capacity you have, what kind of qualities you have. You will know that. Then you read these teachings. Then they will explain. They give you the characteristic of, for instance, the first stage is bodhisattva. What kind of qualities you will get at that level. You will see, and then if you have that quality with you, then you are first bodhisattva, the stages of bodhisattva. If you don't have those qualities, then we are not there yet, but we are on the right path. If you practice bodhicitta correctly, like that, and then take in the bodhisattva's vow, so then you're on the path. You're on, right path. Then doesn't matter how long take that, get to the 10th stage of bodhisattva. Doesn't matter. You're on the right path. So you are going, correct, way, and then eventually you will get there. But very important, we have to take that path first. That's why we really need to understand the benefits of bodhicitta. I mean, if you understand benefit, then you really interested, right? You want to practice. You see the value of bodhicitta, then you will practice. Now I'm going to explain the bodhicitta prayer, by Shantideva a little bit, kind of line by line, because we recite this prayer all the time, so that make sure that you understand. I mean, probably you understand already, but I want to make sure that you understand. This is all the time. May supreme precious bodhicitta take birth where it has not arisen, where it is forever continue. That's the prayer, bodhicitta prayer, right? So these 4 lines this is from Shantadeva's prayer, bodhicitta prayer. So for instance, first line, may supreme precious bodhicitta. The word supreme precious bodhicitta is the wish for all living beings to attain liberation, right? So this is the methods to turn our mind towards enlightenment for the welfare of all other beings. That's why it is precious. That's why it is supreme, right? This is the aspiration bodhicitta, right? When we say supreme precious bodhicitta, that means we are thinking about others, and we are studying aspiration bodhicitta because for living beings. So that's why this desire or thought is very positive, very supreme, very precious, because you are thinking about others. How can I help? So that's why supreme precious bodhicitta.
Is this on one of these sheets?
What? You have to memorize this prayer. Right now.
Is that the closing prayers?
Every single teaching we have here, we say these prayers, right? May supreme precious 3 times, all the time. This is very, very common prayer and very famous prayer. You know, no matter what kind of tradition, Garja, Sarcha, Nyangma, whatever, they say these prayers. Very, very important. Okay, that's the first line. And the second line, now you understand why supreme, why precious, right? Bodhicitta, remember what is the definition of bodhicitta, right? So that's why supreme, that's why precious. And then take birth where it has not arisen. Is to train in the mind and the 4 immeasurables and practice 6 perfections, 6 paramitas, right? Take birth where it has not arisen. We have to practice. It has not arisen in our mind. We have to practice immeasurable, aspiration bodhicitta, practice 6 perfections, application bodhicitta. So then you can develop this precious mind, precious bodhicitta, right? Practice 2 aspiration, application, which is 4 immeasurables. 4 immeasurable has many different methods, right? Like Tonglen practice and all these kind of things. And then 6 paramitas. So then, we can develop this bodhicitta, the precious bodhicitta. And then method for making it never went, but continue to grow forevermore, is to arouse the supreme bodhicitta and to train in the practice of aspiration, application bodhicitta. We need more and more, right? More and more we have to develop this, continue to grow forevermore until attain the liberation. 10th bodhisattva, we have to grow more and more. We're not there yet, but once you practice, you can grow more and more. And then eventually you really think about others, not yourself at all. If you really think about others, the benefit actually comes back you. You will receive all the happiness, all the freedom from all living beings. That's the benefit. Your motivation is not for yourself become enlightenment or become, all this happiness. But it's just that's the benefit. If you think more others, you will get the more benefit. So that's why, grow forevermore. We have to grow more and more. Never satisfied to practice bodhicitta because we have to grow more and more. So we should practice these methods, for, making it arise where it has not arisen. And for sort of preventing it from decline where it has already within us, already arising. And for making it grow and develop more and more. So that's either, grow more and more, which means either we practice in detailed way with the 6 perfections, 4 immeasurables, right? and in less detailed way, we practice love and compassion. So this prayer, when you say this prayer, not just saying, right? When you say these prayers, you have to understand the meaning of the prayer. That if you understand meaning of prayers, it gives you, confidence. Oh, I have to grow more and more. Because now, investigate yourself, your love, compassion. Is it genuine love and compassion or not? I just told you, right? The motivation based on mine or motivation based on others. My friends, my, or others. So then if you have that mine motivation, mine is, that's not genuine compassion and love. So we have to sort of make sure that how we transform into genuine love. I mean, we have love and compassion within us. That's because we have the potential. We have the seed of the enlightenment, which we call the Buddha nature. That's why we have genuine, the compassion, love and compassion within us already when we were born. But that love and compassion is not really genuine because we are ordinary, people. So that's why we have to change that love and compassion, change into genuine. So that's one way it's difficult, but one way it's not so difficult. Then, say these prayers and think about the meaning, of this prayer. And the purpose of this prayer is to develop our mind, our heart, as well as a practice for developing our aspiration bodhicitta. And both, application bodhicitta. So this practice begins with our aspiration to help others. How? And the way to help others is to just develop sympathy and friendship for ourselves, However, when we start this practice, we should not feel that, we are already there or we have that capacity, but we desire to develop our mind and our ability to genuinely care for other people, others. So, if we do the practice very sort of literally and according to the instructions, the practice itself develop our heart, That's the benefit, So we start, we start out being able to care for those we love and ourselves first, and then sort of slowly extend our motivation, extend out more and more, right? That's how that's in this prayer, so grow for more and more, right? First, if you're a beginner, for instance, when you practice Tonglen, maybe think about others. Difficult. Rather, maybe you should think about yourself. I want happiness. So how change your mind, develop and control your mind. If you have a difficult situation, you should think about bodhicitta, all that, and then you slowly develop your mind and then extend that motivation, that meditation to others, right? So that's very important, Otherwise, if we just have the idea of extending out to all living beings, if we are beginners, then the practice would be sort of without feeling, you just think in other beings, but not really, it will never sort of actually touch our heart, that's why, this aspiration practice, the bodhicitta aspiration is very important. First, you have to develop that, aspiration and think about others. because if you don't have that aspiration and then right away practice Tonglen and think about all living beings, and if you really investigate, how can you help all living beings? You have no connection, you know. Just you are thinking, just thinking, but it's not sort of tangible, you know. There is no feeling actually. So that's why when you meditate, very important, you sort of your feeling, you know. Are you really there, or you just sit in thinking? I mean, you know. So it's very, very important, the aspiration bodhicitta, I think, because that helps, you know, develop our mind. And once you have very strong aspiration, it's sort of automatically, "Oh, I want help. I want help. How? You will, you know, that questions arise in your mind all the time. How should I help? How? Many ways. You are looking for help, you know. Then, you know, one way you can help, you know. Big or small, doesn't matter, right? You are thinking. But if we're thinking ourselves all the time, we're not there yet. We're ignore others, you know. So this and then you know, self, right? Selfish. And then you will never find actually happiness in this kind of thoughts. So that's why aspiration, make sure aspiration, practice for measurables, practice love and kindness, compassion, forgiveness. All these are foundation of application bodhicitta. And then once you really developed your aspiration, then you're ready to help others, you know. Then six paramita, practice six paramita. I will teach you more of that. Now we should meditate, okay? Meditate. Tonglen little bit different way today maybe. You know, first relax your body and, you know, get comfortable. And then, you know, as usual, deep breath few times, because it helps calm your mind, and make sure bring your mind back. Make sure you are there. And once you're comfortable and relaxed, and you know, then you can begin the meditation by imagining yourself. First, let's say, first yourself. We should maybe practice aspiration bodhicitta this way. Think about yourself. Think about your life. How this, when you, for instance, when you, this also combination, this meditation combination of your breath, when you breathe in, you should visualize. You here, first think about your life. You have good life or not good life, you know, think about that. If you have a good life, you should appreciate, you should, you know, dedicate your life, you know, and then visualize when you breathe in, right? Visualize all the happiness, health, peacefulness, everything, joy, you know, that exists in this world, you know. You are taken with your breath, taken, and you are receiving, you know, those, you know, as a sort of, as a, if you like color, as a white light. You receive in all the good things that exist in this world. You're taking that with your breath. When you breathe in, doesn't matter when you breathe in, short or long. It depends, right? So take in those things. And then when you breathe out, imagine that all your problems, suffering, sadness, all this, we all have worry, stress, all that, right? So that's we have. So living from your body, from your mind. If you like color, as a dark or black smoke color. At the same time, let go everything in your thoughts, whatever you have, sadness, anger, attachment, worries, stress, whatever you have, just let go everything with you when you breathe out. So continue doing this practice for a few minutes. As you continue your practice and it becomes more stable and real, heart-filled and tangible, then you can begin to expand the given and taken to more and more other living beings if you wish. If you want, do this, continue on yourself, for yourself, that's fine. If you want to move and think about others more, then you can do that, once you get sort of relaxed and really your heart felt, and then you can do that, So if you do that, you sort of expand the given and taken to more and more others, then this is how we develop our bodhicitta, love and compassion, right? Love and compassion. This is actually love and compassion, because love is you take in, for instance, you take in all the good things that exist in this world. You take in that. That is love. And then when you breathe out, all the problems leaving your body and mind, that is compassion, So this is how you practice aspiration, love and compassion. And sometimes you become, if you do this more and more continually, then you maybe get tired with this practice. Then you just can simply do rest and meditation. Rest and meditation. Rest as long as you can without thoughts, right? Rest and meditation means no thoughts, no positive thoughts, no negative thoughts, which also in this case part of the ultimate bodhicitta, when you rest and meditate, just to no thoughts, no follow your thoughts, and just to relax and focus on present moment. So that's very beautiful, Once you do this, taking and giving many times with your breath, sometimes you get tired, oh, I want to do something else. Then just to relax, no thoughts. Very good. Or you can sort of send all your virtues, activity, and your happiness in the past, present, future, your wealth, even your body, your mind, to all living beings. And or maybe you can visualize somebody special person. Meditate that each individual receives all happiness. That's also given meditation, right? Given meditation. So so the given meditation, taken meditation, imagine that these people, as soon as receive your compassion, your love, your happiness, then immediately sort of purified their sufferings. That's your taken meditation. So do that for a few minutes, okay? Understand? Okay, just to relax. Yeah, two ways. You can think about yourself. You can think about others. You can choose. For instance, if you think about others, think about all this situation right now in this moment. You know, people, for instance, lots of people died, and problems. All this right now. You can think about that and their family, and people who died, people who lost their loved ones. You can give them your compassion and sort of take in their sadness. You can think about that, or you can think about yourself, okay?